Hey y'all, welcome back. Mandy with My Hectic Life Pets, where we talk about all things pet and pet related. And today we're gonna talk about how you can tell if your crested gecko is male or female. So adult male crested geckos are very easy to spot as they will develop a very large hemipenal bulge just behind their vent. This bulge often will appear when the gecko is between 5 and 9 months of age, but it can sometimes start to develop sooner. There are, however, sometimes females who will develop a fatty layer that can appear as a bulge and often be mistaken for a male. If you are unsure, you can always check to see if there are any pores as shown in this picture. The pores in an adult male gecko can usually be seen with the naked eye. These pores allow the gecko to excrete a waxy substance that contains pheromones. These pores can typically be seen above the vent, appearing as small dots in a bit of an upside down V shape. In juvenile crested geckos, however, it can sometimes be very difficult to tell whether or not your gecko is male or female. For these young animals, sometimes a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe can be used to get a good enough look to see whether or not there are a line of preanal pores spreading partially up the leg. Females will not visibly have these pores. There are other tells that sometimes breeders will use to identify whether or not their gecko is male or female, such as males typically have larger heads than females, thicker bodies than females, and larger spurs than females. But these don't always pan out. Sometimes there will be females that have larger heads or larger spurs, so this method is never a complete guarantee. Now, while you might not be planning on breeding your crested gecko, and really I don't necessarily recommend breeding or trying to breed your crested geckos, as the market is becoming quite saturated. But it definitely is nice to be able to identify whether or not your pet is male or female, as it helps to satisfy that natural curiosity that we have. So anyway, y'all, that's all I really have for you guys today. As always, thank you so much for watching. I love you guys, and I will see you in my next video.